What if one of London's most famous luxury hotels became the setting for one of the most talked about celebrity stays of the summer? Kendall Jenner is reportedly staying at Claridge's in Mayfair during her time in London, and according to reports cited by The Sun, the accommodation may be far more extravagant than an ordinary hotel suite. Reports claim Jacob Elordi upgraded their accommodation to the hotel's penthouse, a stay said to cost around £60,000 per night. Before we get into the details, make sure you stay with us until the end, because the biggest question is not simply how much the room costs. It is why this particular London stay has attracted so much attention, and what it could reveal about Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi's increasingly discussed time together in the British capital. If you have been following their latest appearances in London, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, would you ever spend £60,000 for one night in a hotel? Kendall Jenner has never been a stranger to luxury. As one of the world's most recognizable models, she has traveled between fashion capitals, attended exclusive events, stayed at some of the most prestigious hotels, and lived a lifestyle that naturally comes with extraordinary levels of privacy and comfort. But this London stay has captured attention for a different reason. The name at the center of the story is Claridges, one of London's most iconic luxury hotels. Located in the heart of Mayfair, Claridges has long been associated with old-world glamour, celebrity guests, royal connections, high-profile visitors, and some of the most exclusive accommodations in the city. And according to the report, Kendall Jenner's accommodation during her London stay was not simply luxurious. It was reportedly the penthouse. The reported figure is enough to make almost anyone stop and look twice. Around £60,000 per night. That number immediately changes the story. Because we are no longer talking about an expensive hotel room in one of the world's most expensive cities. We are talking about an extraordinary level of luxury, privacy, space, and exclusivity. And there is another name attached to the report. Jacob Elordi. According to The Sun, Jacob reportedly upgraded their accommodation to the penthouse during the London trip. That detail has naturally fueled another wave of interest in the pair, especially because Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi have been repeatedly discussed in connection with their appearances around London. But it is important to separate what has been reported from what has actually been confirmed. The £60,000 per night figure is being reported, and the claim about the penthouse upgrade has been attributed to The Sun. That does not automatically mean every detail surrounding the stay has been independently confirmed by Kendall Jenner, Jacob Elordi, or Claridges. And that distinction matters. Because celebrity stories can move incredibly fast online. One report becomes a headline. That headline becomes a social media post. The social media post becomes a video. And suddenly, speculation can start sounding like confirmed fact. So what we know from the report is that Kendall Jenner was reportedly staying at Claridge's during her time in London, and that Jacob Elordi was reported to have upgraded the accommodation to the hotel's penthouse. Beyond that, the details become much more interesting. Imagine the setting. Mayfair. London. Late summer. One of the city's most prestigious neighborhoods. And inside one of its most famous hotels, a penthouse reportedly costing tens of thousands of pounds for a single night. For Kendall Jenner, London is not simply another destination. The city is one of the major centers of fashion, entertainment, luxury, and international celebrity culture. Kendall has spent years moving through that world. From runway shows to fashion campaigns, from red carpet appearances to private events, she understands how quickly public attention can turn a seemingly ordinary moment into a global headline. That is why the reported choice of accommodation becomes so intriguing. Claridge's is not the kind of place that simply disappears into the background. Its name carries a reputation. Its location places guests directly in the center of Mayfair. And its history gives the hotel an atmosphere that is almost impossible to replicate. For decades, Claridge's has represented a particular version of London luxury. Elegant, private, traditional, and incredibly exclusive. So when reports connect Kendall Jenner to one of its most expensive accommodations, the story naturally becomes larger than the price tag. It becomes a story about privacy. It becomes a story about lifestyle. And perhaps most importantly, it becomes another chapter in the ongoing public fascination surrounding Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi. Their names have been appearing together frequently enough that even a hotel report can generate enormous attention. But there is something particularly fascinating about this story. The penthouse itself. A luxury hotel penthouse is not simply a larger bedroom. At this level of hospitality, guests are paying for an experience designed around exclusivity. Privacy becomes part of the product. Space becomes part of the experience. Service becomes almost invisible. And the hotel becomes less like a place to sleep and more like a private world within the city. That is especially relevant for celebrities. For someone like Kendall Jenner, privacy has a value that is difficult to measure. Every entrance, every restaurant visit, every airport appearance, and every hotel sighting can potentially become content for photographers and social media accounts. So choosing an environment where privacy is prioritized can be just as important as choosing a beautiful room. And this is where the reported £60,000 price becomes more than just a shocking number. It represents an extreme level of exclusivity. But here is where the story takes another turn. Because if Jacob Elordi really did arrange or upgrade the accommodation, the question naturally becomes, why? Was it simply about comfort? Was it about privacy? Was it connected to the couple's busy London schedule? Or was it simply a luxury decision made by two people spending time in one of the world's most glamorous cities? There is no confirmed public answer to those questions. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps people talking. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi have both lived under intense public attention. Jacob, known for major film and television roles, has become one of Hollywood's most recognizable young actors. Kendall, meanwhile, has built an international career that extends far beyond modeling. When two celebrities at that level are seen in the same city, every detail can become part of a much larger conversation. A restaurant. A hotel. An airport. A private event. Even the car they arrive in. And now, reportedly, a penthouse worth around £60,000 per night. That is the kind of detail guaranteed to attract attention. But there is another reason this particular report stands out. Timing. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi have reportedly been spending time in London during a period when Jacob has had significant professional commitments connected to the film world. That means their London appearances are being watched closely. The city has effectively become a backdrop for their latest public moments. And while the public may see only a few seconds of footage or a single photograph, the reality behind those appearances is far more private. That is one of the contradictions of celebrity life. The public wants to know everything. Celebrities often want to reveal very little. And luxury hotels like Claridges sit directly in the middle of that tension. They provide a space where famous guests can remain close to the action while still creating a barrier between their private lives and the outside world. That makes the reported penthouse stay particularly interesting. Because perhaps the most important part of a £60,000 per night accommodation is not what it looks like. It is who can get access to it. And who cannot. Think about the difference between a normal hotel stay and an ultra-exclusive penthouse experience. A standard hotel guest walks through public spaces. A celebrity may require private entrances, discreet staff arrangements, additional security, controlled access, and carefully managed movements. At the highest level of luxury hospitality, privacy itself becomes one of the greatest luxuries money can buy. And if the report is accurate, Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi may have been staying in exactly that kind of environment. But there is still one major question. Is the £60,000 figure actually the amount they paid? Not necessarily. Hotel prices can vary depending on dates, availability, special arrangements, packages, taxes, services, and booking conditions. A reported nightly figure should therefore be treated as a reported estimate rather than an invoice confirming exactly what a guest personally paid. That distinction is crucial. The headline number is eye-catching. But the reality behind luxury hotel pricing can be considerably more complicated. Still, even the reported figure tells us something. This is not an ordinary London hotel experience. And Claridge's is not an ordinary London hotel. The hotel has become synonymous with sophistication and high-profile clientele, making it a fitting location for a celebrity couple trying to balance public attention with private time. Now, pause for a moment. Because there is another detail that makes this story even more intriguing. If the reports about the upgrade are accurate, then Jacob Elordi may have chosen to take an already luxurious stay and move it into one of the most exclusive categories available. That raises the question of whether the upgrade was simply spontaneous or part of a carefully planned London stay. We do not have a confirmed answer. And we should not pretend that we do. But that uncertainty is exactly why this story has generated so much curiosity. The public can see the destination. The public can see the luxury. The public can see the names involved. But the private conversations remain private. And perhaps that is the entire point. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi do not need to explain every detail of their lives. They can walk through London, attend events, enjoy restaurants, and stay at luxury hotels without revealing exactly what happens behind closed doors. Yet the moment a reported £60,000 per night penthouse enters the conversation, the level of curiosity changes dramatically. Suddenly, people want to know what the penthouse looks like. How private is it? What kind of service does it provide? Why would someone choose it? And most importantly, what does this luxury stay say about the people inside it? The answer may be simpler than the internet wants it to be. It could simply be two successful young celebrities choosing comfort and privacy while spending time in London. No secret message. No hidden announcement. No dramatic confirmation. Just an extraordinarily expensive hotel stay. But that does not make the story less fascinating. In fact, it may make it more fascinating. Because celebrity culture often works through small details. A glance. A gesture. A restaurant reservation. A hotel entrance. A change in accommodation. Each individual moment may mean very little. But together, they create a picture that millions of people want to understand. And Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi remain one of those celebrity pairings that generate enormous curiosity whenever they appear in the same place. Their London chapter has therefore become a story of luxury, privacy, fashion, entertainment, and speculation. And Claridges provides the perfect setting. Mayfair itself is one of the most prestigious areas in London, surrounded by designer boutiques, luxury restaurants, galleries, private clubs, and historic landmarks. It is a neighborhood built around exclusivity. So perhaps there is no more fitting location for a stay like this. Kendall Jenner arriving in London already attracts attention. Jacob Elordi appearing in London attracts attention. The two being connected to the same luxury hotel attracts even more attention. And then there is the reported penthouse upgrade. That takes the story to another level. But here is the most important takeaway. The headline is not proof of a relationship milestone. It is not confirmation of a secret engagement. It is not evidence of a wedding. It is not confirmation of what Kendall and Jacob may or may not be planning next. It is simply a report about an extremely luxurious accommodation during their time in London. Everything beyond that remains speculation unless the people involved confirm it themselves. And that is where responsible celebrity reporting matters. The goal is not to turn uncertainty into certainty. The goal is to understand why the story is attracting attention while keeping the facts clear. According to the report cited by The Sun, Kendall Jenner was staying at Claridges, and Jacob Elordi reportedly upgraded their accommodation to the Penthouse, with a suite said to cost around £60,000 per night. That is the core of the story. Everything else should be treated carefully. But there is no denying the visual impact of it.